Hello, guys. Well, this is me, Hannah. Well, um, I just wanna make a really good recording, something that you might not know. Have got from Fletcher and Nicholls, how it made from the academic probation to these in president's list. Well, okay. And also I'm gonna start way from the beginning of the 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 of the thing. So number one, I say this. Also, I've been let's start with Fletcher. I kind of started in 2013 to 2015, and I started on part time. I took a bunch of remedial classes, so that was not the easiest of things to do. And that was the full year before I got into a bunch of regular courses, like college algebra, like stuff like that. So we're fast forward. So I was studying business, but business was not really my thing, you know. So fast forward about to fall of 2015. Now it's my rock bottom part that you don't know. So now this semester I really faced a bunch of issues around. Number one, I had to go through what is known as academic probation. That was that term. Academic probation is if you're not in a college setting, it's either on your GPA of your term or your current cumulative falls below that 2.0 status. So here it is. I took about 5 years off from school, education, stuff like that. And it was crazy how things happened. Well, I took a good long gap off. I volunteered a lot. I was active in my in the community, to be honest, and I used to work. And also there were times I did go into schools to participate in what activity had me doing too. So yeah, you can add schools in the background. I've done a lot of that. Even volunteered at churches, wherever they had me doing. And also, I worked for about 2 years before coming back. So yeah. So what it was around that's how I conducted, which is known as as bell choir too, locally. So it's a whole lot. So what it was, around the spring of 2020, that was the most definite time that I was doing the paperwork for the financials and paperwork for admissions and the music audition, which was virtual audition stuff because of quarantine. So what it was is how to do all that and how to get a whole bunch of documentation, a whole bunch of documents together to come to Nicholls, like shot records, how to get high school transcript, college transcript, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. And also kind of transferred a whole lot of my credits over just to account for a transfer student. So here I am at this point. It's crazy how the whole thing happened. So what it was around, let's say, summer of 2020. That was the summer of all this. And I've heard of meetings, I've heard of orientations, and I went to the department orientation back in the time. And so here it is. Like, I kind of, okay, I'm new there. I just kind of transferred, and I transferred under the mid-type of 25 and older, which I'm physically gonna be 30, so in the summer, so that kind of counts for my particular case. So here it is. Let's say fall 2020. Okay. So fall 2020 was a relatively new background for me. Had to go to a university type setting. And it took a lot for me to get used to it first. I'm not going to lie to you. And also, I've had craziness of schedules in the first semester. And something that I was just had to go through the rigors of it. So, and also, what it was, and I started 17 hours. I had to drop something because of it was just gone too much, you know. But when I did drop something, it helped me with my other classes too. But in the fall of 2020, which was the very first semester at Nicholls, okay. Well, I ended up with a 4.0, like the highest you can ever get, which is President's List. So, in the event of that happening, also, and I look ahead and I try this strategy, making sure whenever I have hard classes ahead, I go to find the videos and stuff like that to be able to get familiar with what the class is going to be about. So in my spring of 21, which was my second semester at Nicholls, I had a class called Math 102, which was college trigonometry. So, and math and sciences are my two worst subjects ever. Out of every little thing. So here it was. I had to go into YouTube, go browse college trigonometry, and I found one that a teacher from Bossier Parish Community School, all the way up North Louisiana, found it had with virtual videos. So I kind of started to look into trig right before I got into class. It's just kind of smart, but that's pretty well advisable for it. So what it was, the second semester, that's what pretty well went on. I had the rest of the classes were pretty easy, but I did have some help with that. And also, that Math 102 said that was the trig. A lot of times, what was challenging of that one was having to tackle the hardest subjects first. Like, so the trig had to be tackled first in that semester, so I don't get so frustrated. And also, and I ended up on that second term with presidents again. So here as we were in the summer of last summer, which was fall, no, summer 21, sorry, that I look at this, I was getting to some sort of habit. If I know the class is going to get hard, I look at it ahead of time. So, that explains why I am the way I am. And also, I think that it wasn't that bad. I had started taking classes like some online structured class, plus I had Ida, I destroyed my house kind of thing. We're still in the process of trying to get this thing fixed, so yeah. So anyways, so my thing with Fall 21 was a bit of chaos for everything. It was just like having to go through a hurricane, having to make sure I practice, and between the hurricane, come back and learn solo, and then having to also, which is another thing I did with everything else, having to learn how to do homework and all in between all that. It was crazy. It's just crazy turn, crazy everything. But I'll tell you one good thing. That was the turn I started on the dean's list. That's okay. In case you want to know that the president's the highest you could go, and the dean's follows second. So my turn GPA has to be 3.3 because of the Psych 101, which it took into psych. I had a little bit of getting used to an online class. So, pretty fun. So, and also during the break of winter 21, I'll look into any classes that would be a challenge. But I didn't have that many, challenges ahead. So, what it is, I just keep on brushing up on skills. And also, so what it is, I've had to face a lot of challenges with this past semester. I had to take a bunch of face-to-face classes, including my lessons, my literatures, theory, and everything. How to do a barrier, having to do 2 online classes with it. But the bad thing is, because a lot of times I had to do the things kind of ahead, that's what's helping, And also, making sure, right at the times right now, I'm starting to read the practice stuff, the practice books. Also keeping up with my practicing, keeping up with, and now facing the next worst enemy would be the science. Yeah. I know this is a lot to say, but I hope y'all do understand why I am the way I am, I know it's hard to be different, but you know what? But I'm okay with being different. Because not everybody has the same recipe to getting where they are, And I tell you one thing, I'm not giving up either, so I'm just going to keep moving.